Hello, quarantine day number something or other. I've been watching a lot of Adam Savage's channel, Tested. Adam Savage from Mythbusters, yeah, that guy. And on it, he does what are called one-day builds, which are what it says on the box, one-day builds. And it really made me want to make something. What am I gonna make? I do have like a load of car kit models that I haven't gotten around to making. Got this VW bus here, Ferrari Enzo, an NSX that I can't wait to make. But all of these require like paint, airbrush compressor, all stuff that I can't exactly justify as part of my budget right now. So I was thinking there has to be a way to make cars with less money. And that reminded me, actually Andrew reminded me, that there are things called paper crafts that I used to make when I was younger. And what are paper crafts? Well, crafts made out of paper. Man, I'm doing a really good job at explaining things. Well, it's you get paper, cut it up, and glue it together and make things out of it. Wow. People out there actually make kits, templates for you to go print, cut out, and then you could make a car. Something like this, a little Lamborghini Gallardo, or something like a small tiny paper Countach. I made these back when I was probably, what, I would say like 10 years ago. And it's just 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper printed out, glued together to turn into these. And I made them because I couldn't buy die-cast cars at the time. Back then, I also got kind of bored making tiny little things like this. So I got ambitious. And I made this. As you could see, probably, this is a, I think, 1/8 scale paper Bugatti Veyron. It's made out of the same material, printer paper, which, as you can see, has its flaws in that it gets all wrinkly and crinkly and kind of sort of collapses on itself because there's no, structural integrity to it much. But it's a big one. It's really falling apart. So I made this about 10 years ago using, as I said, printer paper. And I was thinking to myself, can I make this better? Now, this kit, this was made by a guy, I think he goes by, well, his website is visualspicer.com, and it's still around. And at the time, he only had the Veyron up, and I think it was free at the time. But I went on the website recently, and he's still there making Papercraft templates. For sale, they're around, I would say, $10 each. And he's got all different kinds of cars on there now. In this size, he's got the Veyron, he's got the Ford GT, he's got a Countach. So I decided, why don't I try this again? And this time, not on just normal 8.5 by 11 printer paper, but on a heavy-duty cardstock. So let's see how much better I am at this 10 years later. I might suck even more. So, I mean, here's what kind of you need. So, I've got myself a Exact Zero knife, craft glue, and of course, your cardstock paper kit template thing. Now, my printer was being kind of annoying, and I kept telling it not to print on both sides, but these are, it's been printed on both sides. But that aside, the kit comes with the template itself and some build instructions. Ah, there you go, there's his name. Terrace Lesko, visualspicer.com. But basically, the instructions tell you that the solid lines are cut lines, the fold lines, there's two types, the ones that fold like this and the ones that fold like that. And it just kind of goes through sort of how you assess. It's like Legos, but made out of paper and less expensive. So, why don't we get started on that? Instructions say 1-1, 1-3, 1-2, and 1-4. That means page number 1, cut out 1, 2, 3, and 4. I should probably lay something down on my desk so I don't end up cutting it up. I'm going to use this old cracking cutting board and cut on that.
Six months later.
Okay, cool. So I got...
Sorry, I don't understand.
Can't say okay, cool. But I got the first 4 pieces cut out, just like the instructions, and it's time to fold them and glue them all together to what they are like in the picture. And I think for the glue, I'm going to use the help of a brush. So yeah, let's do it. There you go. kind of the first step of it. Hardest part for me is always keeping these things clean, because the glue dries up and it makes like little black thingy thing, makes it look ugly. But just this and what, 44 more pages of it. If you're looking for some way to, you know, use your time, this is a good way to do it. Got the face done. That was step 3. And there are... So that was step 3 out of 46 steps. This is the part I hate about this, is when your hands get all gunky and then the car ends up sticking better to your hands than the rest of the car. It does seem a lot more sturdy than the Bugatti is. Before we continue on, I am gonna go eat some food, so we'll be back in a bit. Okay. Full of food and time to get back to work on le car. We're gonna be starting on the wheel wells, steps 4 and 5. So here we go. Okay, hands are all sticky, but here is the progress. Got the front bit of it done, which means I have like a whole entire back bit to do. I did cheat a little bit. I did use some tape for the parts where the glue would not really stick, like there. And look at all this. Look at all this glue bits. I'm liking the look of this. I'm liking the integrity of this versus this guy right here, which is kind of... Oh no. The nice thing about this is I could be making this kind of brainlessly and then having sort of like a podcast playing in the background and listening to that. So it's pretty fun. Hands do get kind of tired though. Back to it. This dried glue I have on me right now. Progress report. Starting to look like kind of a car, you know. Things I'm not too proud of, like glue stains everywhere, but that just seems inevitable. But anyway, it is sometime in the evening now. My neck is kind of sore. I need to get outside a bit, and I could only work with glue for so long before we were getting completely irritated by it. Yeah, I'm gonna go walk the dogs and maybe come back to this later. It might end up being more than a one-day build. So, don't want to rush it. I want it to look good, so I could do something with it. I have no idea, but yeah. Woo! Oi! Okay. There's my dog. Opening the door. Man, I need to adjust this white balance. This sucks. Nope. There we go. Time to get back to it. right. Progress report. It is now 2:08 a.m. and here's what I've got. There we are. Look at that. It kind of looks like a really saggy Zonda. But yeah, I started having to use a lot of tape. The glue just would not stick in some places. So a bit of a suggestion if you're doing this is not to use too much glue, because I figured out that if you use too much glue, it just slides all around instead of sticking. Exact opposite of what glue is supposed to do. I really like to finish this, but it is 2:00 a.m. and the best thing you could do during a time like this is really to get good rest. You don't need extra stress on your body right now. I can't do it tomorrow because I need to edit the podcast and stuff. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I'm kind of tired. Well, hello. It's Sunday, April 5th now. Palm Sunday. It's a cloudy day today. Apparently it's supposed to be raining the next like 4 days down here in SoCal, which is nice for quarantine time because it makes staying in easier. When the sun's out and it's all bright and nice outside, you're just like, I want to get out. Hopefully we'll get this done today. So yeah, let's get started. And I have one of the rear wheel wells in right now, and it was a lot more frustrating than it should have been because I hate glue. Glue is annoying. It just doesn't want to stay with the glue, so it just kept sliding around and coming off, and nothing was sticking. So I put tape on the very ends of it to hold it in place. I took glue with the brush and I shoved it into the crevices, and then I took a hairdryer to dry the glue off as quickly as possible so it stopped moving around. Yeah, I don't like glue, but I understand glue is necessary and very helpful for a lot of things. I just don't like it. Time to put in the next wheel well, which I believe will be equally as frustrating. Hopefully, hairdryer method works better. Okay, so situation update. Putting on the back end of that the Zonda has been extremely irritating because the glue. I'm sure there's proper ways to use glue, but I just can't figure it out because it just doesn't stick. I've tried. So this thing, it's far from perfect. I mean, it's like the amount of just glue stains from me trying to glue it but not being able to. It's just this here, I'm just trying to hold that down because again the glue won't stick. Take off that piece of tape later. Not for the light. This just stopped sticking for some reason. Did electrical tape, I did the glue, packing tape didn't work. I even tried the adhesive black silicone sealant that I use on my car. I could not for the life of me get it, so I just stapled it. Yeah, just don't look too closely at this thing. I mean, if you look at it, it's starting to look like a Zonda. So the next part, there's actually like a little structural support thing that goes on the inside to hold it up, which is cool because I mean, I really think the Bugatti really needed it. Alright guys, it's 3 in the morning again, and looks like we're gonna have to do another day. We got most of it done. You can see all you really need is the wheels and some of the smaller details like the wing, mirrors, whatever the heck goes there. Do have one wheel done. Here it is. This one's finished. I am taking my time with the wheels because I do not want them to not fit or be not round. I think this one looks pretty good. Hopefully by tomorrow or whenever I start working on this again, we'll be done. Alright, let's hopefully make this the last day. I got done with my online class. Shower. Let's get this finished. Working on the wheels right now. Let's get her done, hopefully. Never mind guys, it's gonna have to be another day. I mean, it's not super late right now, it's around 12 I think, but I would like to sleep a little bit earlier today so I don't wake up at like 12. Yeah, looking like a finished car now. But then if you turn it around, yes, looks like a couple thieves have come by. But yeah, just need to finish up the two wheels, some of the smaller details too, and then we'll be done. Hopefully in one more day. Currently watching some classic old Top Gear right now. But yeah, almost done. Almost done. One more day. Hopefully. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day. I had not great of a night's sleep, but whatever. Check out the bed hair. Yeah. Anyway, let's get this finished. Get it done. And it's done! Finally! It's not exactly perfect, I must be honest. Using cardstock does make it a lot more structurally sound than the Bugatti here. I noticed, actually, on the bottom of the designer put a Bible verse. Colossians 3:23 through 24. And being a Christian myself, if you don't mind, I will read that Bible verse to you. It says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving." Amen. Now, how was this kit? It's fantastic. I just love all the sort of detail on it. Honestly, if it wasn't there, I would have been fine with that. Like the mirrors, the windshield wiper. The fact that the exhaust actually sticks out from the body is kind of like cowl thing in front of the windshield, and the NACA ducts. and these vents, it's fantastic. Due to my lack of skill and my frustrations with glue, this took me about, I think, like 4 days. Well, technically 2, because most of the days I wasn't working for the full day. But I'm sure someone with much more knowledge, skill, and better knowledge of how glue works can probably get it done within a day, I'm sure. And also, I don't know if this is a problem with all laser printers, but all the ink started sort of rubbing off as soon as I handled it a bit more. So I don't know, an inkjet might be better for this. There it is. A 1/8 scale Zonda next to the Bugatti Veyron. I love the Zonda. The Zonda to me is actually more nostalgia than anything. I don't know if you guys remember this or if you guys watch Top Gear. It's one of the first cars they had on the show, episode 1, series 1, I believe. Back then they were still testing like Citroen Berlingo, I don't know, the van looking thing. Back then I actually didn't think it looked that fantastic, just because it looks so different. Like, even wild and out there cars like the Lamborghini had a specific shape, but the Zonda just looks so different from everything. Now I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Top Gear is arguably the show that really got me really into cars. I probably watched every single episode starting from series 1, probably around 3 or 4 times by now. I still watch them. Even as I was working on this, I was still watching them. Yeah, I probably would want to make more of these after I figure out if there's a better glue. If you guys know of a better glue rather than the Elmer's thing I was using, please let me know. And a better way of printing it. But cardstock is definitely the way to go. I'm very pleased with this. I know it's not pretty, obviously, because if you look closely at it, it's not pretty. But I feel like if you look at it from there, it looks pretty good, like far away. If you guys want to do this on your social distancing time, I'll leave a link to the guy's website in the description, as well as links to sort of the tools I used. If you guys hit those Amazon links, you could support this channel just a little bit. And yeah, let me know if you guys want to see more like model making videos. I certainly do enjoy them. If you guys don't want to pay $10 for kits like this, there are plenty of other Papercraft kits available online that you get for free. They're obviously not going to be this big, this detailed. You can't find them. A quick Google search or something like that. But yeah, guys, thanks for staying inside with me, watching me build this model. Remember, the more we stay inside, the more we're helping those who currently don't have the privilege to stay inside, the more we're protecting them from disease, and the more we are helping to flatten that curve and relieve stress on our current hospital system. You know, subscribe to our channel if you want to see more content like this. Hit that bell icon so you can get notified when new videos come out. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, well, there's another button that works just fine. Listen to our podcast. Link will also be in the description. Thanks for watching. Wash your hands, stay indoors, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Quarantine Chronicles.